Yeah, so like I was saying now, with the black horsemen and everything showing me all these biblical things. And me, I'm still not believing in no God or anything at that point. It's just like last year, whenever the eclipse was. I'm just starting to see it something like you're being watched, you're not alone. But for me, who is it? It could be the devil. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyways, after looking and following and studying and being observant, it's like I learned how to go to sleep. And then when I'm a dream, I wake up in my dream. Not saying like wake up and I'm up and I'm looking. No, I'm there and it's happening, but I'm not conscious of it. My consciousness is either sleeping or it's not there. So what I would do is I would know how to bring my consciousness into my body and witness what was going on. And so I was witnessing myself do some amazing things with some strange creatures, going to like these funny places like I said, yes, brother. Like I said, like it was like some old biblical shit, meeting with like men's on like mountaintops talking like elders, everybody walking, and I put my consciousness in it. I relished those experiences. They were so real to me because it happened constantly every night. It wasn't something like I just went to one time. I kept going back to it, kept going back to it. So it was something real, something telling me something waking me up. And it's through this one black cowboy, the hat man, whatever you want to call it, that these experiences started first occurring. And so now, when I saw him and we looked face to face, and I seen that this is the guy that's been giving me sleep paralysis all these years, all of a sudden, I was angry. I wanted to take his head off. But you know what? I was so astrally right now, it was just like, yo, in my head, I'm saying this is, I'm looking at him face to face. This nigga's probably like about 8 feet tall. His horse is about 12 feet tall and shit. And they both taking up like one whole side of my room. So, and I'm said it to him. I said it to him because I'm told you talk psychically. So I'm like, I want to take your head off. But you know what? I just have one question to you. And you know what it was? Who am I? That's all I wanted to know. This might sound crazy. When that happened now, it projected a picture in his hat. And all of a sudden, I was projected through the hat. I went through the hat and we all of a sudden riding on these mountains. The same mountains I was seeing maybe 9 months ago. I'm riding through now with this nigga on the back of a horse galloping up into these hills, galloping through many gatekeepers, many dimensions, creatures and shit till I get to this destination. Mm-mm-mm. Yo, when I tell you the destination, let me tell you how real it is. I cried plenty of times when I recall these. I cried, it broke me down. It was so real, it broke me down. And so, without further ado, this is a experience that was so real to me. I mean, I had to bind spirits, I couldn't sleep. I was all of a sudden taken back to like I don't know, mountainside. But on this mountainside now, it was like you going only down. You only could go over the mountain. And so with me going over the mountain, it was like a dragon just came out of nowhere. And I'm talking about the size of a 747 plane because it looked like a dot. And as it got closer and closer, I saw the biggest fucking dragon just come and it just sucked into my body like if it was going into me. I didn't want to accept it. I came out my meditation, everything. I opened my eyes. I'm like, nah, this is too crazy. And so I just feel it going in my body still. So I'm like, oh shit, I can't leave. So I closed back my eyes to do the experience. When I experience it, it's just like a giant jet going through you, but now it's the size of it's going through my stomach chakra, you could say, of my heart. That took up my whole upper body. And when it do, I'm waving up and down now, waving up and down. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm feeling kind of dizzy, kind of sick, and so now I take it. All of a sudden now, I open my eyes and I try to pull myself together, catch my breath, turn the fan on, put it on my face. All right, let's go. I close back my eyes. When I close back my eyes, the most incredible thing happened. All of a sudden, It's like an elevator now. I don't just go into darkness, like if you close your eyes, it's darkness. The darkness seems to go downstairs. Like it just literally goes, I'm going down into the darkness from like a lighter color. And as I go down there, it's like I could feel like I'm going through like a hemisphere or a dimension to be under, like right in the orball of a world. And it just let me go. Yo, when it let me go, I felt it in my stomach like I'm free falling in space. Yo, I was so scared to death as a person afraid of height. I didn't know what to do more than to open my eyes and curse that shit out and was like, this is a setup. That's a fucked up thing to do. That's fucked up. I just bonded with the dragon. You know, this will get into a real motherfucking book, a story, because before the horseman came, you see, the horseman was the beginning of what happened. Hello, how you doing? All right, that's great. Before the horseman, it was the dragon. She surrounded my walls, and like I'm sleeping in her energy. And it was so uncomfortable and eerie, and it was shaky, but she continued to just make me study her, listen to her. And she's telling me how she was our parent. Like she created us and we live inside of her. And like as much as how she takes us and eats us, it's a cycle. It's like she gave us life and we give her energies. From, like I told you, from the sex energy through fear, through our anxiety energy, all the different energies we emit, that's what they live off of. And so it's like she's explaining it to me and how she's the queen of the draconian. Everything I tell you, I experience it. I'm not telling you from no experience. So I accepted her as mother of the flesh, mother of one side of me. And that was a fact, you know. Speaking of that, going back, because this is a whole long story that will make sense as it go along, because now it goes back to Bobby Hemmett, and when I was telling you I was watching him with the dark side and the encounters I was having with the spirit. So now this encounter was really Pan looking type nigga with horns. I'm in the darkness and I could see it in the darkness in the astral coming, walking towards me. And it's like it's stretching its arms out to accept me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I kept on, like, I stopped the meditation before that. But every time I went back to meditate, that's where I pick up ever in the darkness, and this nigga Pan come in and hug me. So I'm like, nah, fuck this. So I get into Solomon Gotia, start getting into all of the different left-hand things to find an answer to what the fuck is this and what to do. So I bump into Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett start kicking that bullshit about motherfucking accepting the dark side and the spirits. Why did I listen to his ass? Even though it was the greatest thing in the world. I'm just being sarcastic. He's the best, and he's telling you the truth. Everything he's saying is true. You know, just do it. If you ever get the calling or initiated. So anyways, he's talking about embrace the dark side. So I'm like, fuck it. I go now. No, before that, I'm still kind of like reluctant. So first night I go to do it. He gets kind of close. He's coming to me to hug me. And as soon as he's about to hug me, you know, I already read the Solomon Gotia and everything. So I started reciting the angel name. So I'm watching him. His whole face changed, like from like, son, come accept me. And this is what he's telling me too, like, you're my son. And so I'm like calling out the angels. And all of a sudden I see him backing up with confusion, backing up. And I'm like, yeah, this shit really worked. Yeah. So I saw some other red spirits or red orbs, and I did the same thing, and sure enough, they backed up too. So I got a little system down pat now. I seen some other funny spirit, like they'll come at starlight. You turn off all the light, you can see them as they come and pay you a visit, pay homage to you, let you know them. So now this one come, and he's don't have no legs. No lower body, just the upper body. And he's crawling through my window. He comes as an orb to the window, but when he gets to the window, it's like he shapes it into the electricity or the light into form an image. So I was going to accept him, but all of a sudden, it's like my body starts shaking. It's scared, fear. And I'm like, fuck is wrong with me? So I'm like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, it's still shaking. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let me pay attention to this. So I'm like, yo, fuck you, get the fuck out of here, fuck you. And then all of a sudden he started backing up as I started doing the Solomon shit again, and he left. And my body calmed down. So I noticed, yo, pay attention to your body, man. It know who's who. Because I've been here already, dealt with them. You're scared of all of them. Any negative one come that already traumatized that shit, you should be shaking. You'd be afraid it's telling you to get that shit and do what you gotta do. So on that note now, I got rid of it and I learned that Solomon shit very well, and it works all the time for me. So now, that's how now when Pan come back again and I go into it, I watch more Bobby and I'm convinced now that's what it is. So I go and we bond. We bump heads. He touched my forehead, I touched his, and I accepted. And I got powers. It gave me gift. I turned like I had a purple aura now, and I was able to, I don't know, man. This will go into a forever lecture and talk for everybody to understand. With that came like a radiance that women's was just wanting me. And I'm talking about in ways that it was sexual. Like if I held conversation with women, it seemed like it just turned them, not saying I turned them on, the conversation turned them on. It just had a sexual overtone to it because for some reason there's an energy emitting that is sexual, especially if your kundalini haven't activated yet. So it making an arousal energy. And that is the awakening of the woman's kundalini. So it was texting that, I'm not talking even talking, texting that they're like, yo, what's this energy? What are you doing? So, pardon me, I had it by now that I could text somebody to close their eyes, go into this, and they'll go right and project out their body. And so I learned a lot from it, including like, you know, doing astral sex where literally I was video recorded, and some of what I'm doing on my end is actually in the pictures on the other end. Like I got videos of like reflecting of the actual other side of what I'm doing on my end of the video. It's actually taking place in the reflection in the other side. So it's like there is a unity and a parallel, but we don't understand it. But I'm giving you little shit y'all won't even understand or know about that exists. So anyways, the Black Horseman showed me all this, and it takes me now on a whole mission, and I meet Pan, and that was the first journey. Pan takes me down deeper into meet Set. I met Set. When I met Set, it was the same thing like in the Bible. I kid you not. It was just darkness. I'm in darkness now. This come to back to where I tell you they dropped me into the earth or the world, and I'm there floating, scared to death of heights. And what happened, I'm floating like a balloon. I see my target like I usually do, and I know what to do, but now I don't have no aid, I'm by myself. Let me tell you, all of a sudden, I noticed like I'm flapping like. And I noticed like, yo, hold on. It's like I got wings. And you know, I could go back maybe 9 months to a year before that, and I told a few of my friends, yo, I feel like I got wings on my back. Right by my shoulder blades, it got calcified, and I felt some funny calcification after doing a meditation with this black angel that made me get on one knee and spread my shoulders out. When I spread my shoulders out, that's what occurred. It felt like he gave me some type of tattoo of wings in my shoulder blades. And I always spoke on that. But anyways, it's raining. I'm about to walk in. I just had to get it in though with y'all. It's almost over in 20 seconds, so let me just ride it out. This calcification now, and now that I'm down there in the darkness, I learned to maneuver, but it was hard at first because you just free float and you had to really use the orb and pull yourself. So once I learned how to do that now, I bumped into the first person I saw was Tupac, believe it or not. Scared the shit out of me. And it was like he was a demon because he was sucking me for energy. He had his arm around my shoulders like, hey, what's up? But he was flashing like from Tupac to some demon. And it was like scaring the shit out of me, sucking me to make me implode. I was so fearful and implode, I popped back up in my room. And then I said, what the fuck? And all of a sudden I felt myself floating and I was still being sucked, so I had to go back down. And when I did, it was like he was still right there holding me like, yo, what happened? What happened? But it's Tupac. But this time I'm like, get the fuck off me, and I push him down. And I was like, take me the fuck out of here. And all of a sudden I just floated back up, and I was in my body. I have to end it here. It's only 33 seconds and I'm out of memory. But this is going to be the first part of telling you about all the different aspects of the astral and what you have to go through. Because this is just a black horseman taking me to go get somebody. I mean, you won't be surprised. University of Conscious Science. One love.